Hello, this is Greg with Music to My Ear, and I just wanted to get out there some information on the new records that came out this week, or the last several weeks, I should say. There's been a lot of good ones, so maybe you weren't aware, and I know certainly a couple caught me by surprise, so I just wanted to let the folks know. So if you look here, first, this has been a popular one, A Day to Remember. There has been a lot of folks looking for that. We do have both versions, the yin yang and the splatter vinyl on that. If you are a jazz variety folk, The Great Kai and JJ, this has been a really good album for us as well too. Verve label, sounds fantastic. I've actually heard this one. Buddy of mine picked it up, so we have that in stock. Sabrina Carpenter, for all the Sabrina Carpenter fans, she has her new album out, a second reissue pressing of it, so we have that in stock as well, the deluxe edition. We also got Fleetwood Mac got released, Tango in the Night, on the Mo-Fi label. So this is a really good sounding record. I personally heard this one as well too. So we have plenty of these in stock, so stop in for that guy. Then for Bruce Springsteen, we have Wild and Innocent in the E Street Shuffle, so check that guy out. We have the one step of that. We have a couple of these in stock. Miles Davis, My Funny Valentine. We have the concert for this guy, a few of these in stock. That's a new release. We also have the Miles Davis Dark Magus in stocks. Come and get that one. Buena Vista Social Club. Now this guy here, this is a really, really good sounding record. Think Cal Tater, Latin Kick, if you have that album, has a kind of that sound. But buddy of mine bought this album and explained to me a little bit about the background of this record. So apparently went down to Havana, and this was during the heyday in Cuba, and rounded up a lot of the old jazz musicians who were no longer in music. They were just factory workers and whatnot in Cuba, and rounded them up for a night of music that turned out to be fantastic. And that's what this record is. So we have a few of these in stock too, and of note, they're going to be bringing this out on master tape. So this is a sleeper hit. If you're not aware what this is, definitely go check it out. If you're into that kind of music, it's one to own. Then also we have Crosby, Stills and Nash CSN that just came out. We have several of these guys in stock. One of my personal favorites, I've been asking about this guy for weeks on end when this was going to come in, the Genesis self-titled album. But if you are a kid of the 90s, grew up in the 80s childhood, you'll definitely remember this guy. Mama, That's All, Home by the Sea, Legal Alien, Taking It All Too Hard, Just a Job to Do. This is a great record. So this was the one that I was looking forward to the most to come out. I listened to it last night. They did a fantastic job on it. So definitely come and scoop this guy up if you're looking for something fun to listen to. And then lastly, a couple jazz records that you may have missed, kind of slipped under the radar, but certainly good sounding ones. So this guy here, Sonny Rollins, Volume 1. So if you're familiar with the record Way Out West, this guy here, there was Sonny Rollins Volume 1, Way Out West, and then Sonny Rollins Volume 2. From my understanding, they all kind of happened in a 8-month period or so. So this is the Volume 1 version, the very first record, and it's been a long time since you've been able to get that. That's on the craft label, so we have that in stock. Also, just throwing this out there, I know it's been out in the wild released. However, it's been hard to get. We do have it in stock. We have Birth of the Blue, and we have it for 40 bucks. So come on and grab a copy of that. We have a nice stack of those. And then if you haven't seen any of the Pablo releases that's happened in the last couple weeks, you have Take Love Easy, Ella Fitzgerald, and Joe Pass. I personally am a big fan of the Pablo stuff. I own these guys. So what I've noticed is the less people that they have on these Pablo records, the better they sound, much more well-recorded, if you will. So, you know, that's something to note. Maybe that is your thing, maybe not, because it certainly gets quiet in some passages. But if you're looking for something that's really, really well-recorded, this record, as all the Pablo records. And then same deal, Art Tatum, Ben Webster, if you know this record here. This guy, it's a masterpiece, and no pun intended, actually. But if you go back to the early 50s and whatnot, that's where these sessions were from. And you really, really get a peek into a lot of the earlier recordings of these guys. So that's a really good record, and also one of the best sounding Pablos yet. You know, and you'll see that a lot on reviews. So that's everything we got going on this week. Lots of records. If you're an audiophile, it's a good week for you. Stop in and see us, 3003 Babcock Boulevard, and thanks again for listening to the music.